Cerdic of Wessex, a warrior, a conqueror, and a founder of the kingdom that would one day unite England, was a man whose life was shaped by war and ambition. But how did he rise to power, and what battles earned him his legacy? It all began in 495 AD. Cerdic, possibly a Saxon warlord, arrived on the southern coast of Britain with his son Cynric and a band of warriors. Britain at this time was fractured. After the fall of Roman rule, the island was divided among warring tribes, competing kings, and migrating Saxons. This chaos gave Cerdic his opportunity. Cerdic's men began carving out a territory, battling the native Britons who resisted their advance. His warriors were skilled in the art of shield walls and brutal combat, traits that gave the Saxons an edge over the disorganized Britons. Over the next 2 decades, Cerdic's forces clashed with local rulers, expanding their territory step by step. The most famous and significant of these battles was the Battle of Cerdic's Chesford in 419 AD. This was no ordinary skirmish. It was a decisive battle where Cerdic defeated a powerful British force and solidified his control over southern Britain. The victory was so important that it was said to mark the beginning of the Kingdom of Wessex. Why is this battle so critical? Because it not only crushed a major rival, but also allowed Cerdic to establish his stronghold in the region. From this base, Cerdic styled himself as the first king of the West Saxons, or Wessex. His success would inspire future Saxon kings to push further into Britain, making Wessex the foundation of a unified England. But Cerdic's wars did not stop there. For years after Cerdic Chesford, Cerdic continued to consolidate his powers, defeating smaller tribes and rival leaders. He extended his rule across Hampshire and parts of the surrounding region. These lands would remain central to Wessex for centuries. Cerdic's achievements weren't just about war, they were about leadership. He turned a band of warriors into a kingdom, creating stability in an age of chaos. Under his rule, Wessex became a recognized power in the southern Britain. It was a foothold that his descendants would build upon to become kings of all England. So, was Cerdic a visionary king or simply a conqueror? That depends on who you ask. To the Britons he defeated, he is likely seen as an invader, a ruthless Saxon warlord who seized their lands. But to the Saxons, Cerdic was a hero, a leader who secured victories, built a kingdom, and gave his people a future. Cerdic was born around 455 AD and died in 534 AD. Cerdic's legacy didn't end with his death. His descendants, known as the House of Wessex, carried on his work. Generations later, Wessex became the last kingdom against Viking invasions and ultimately unified all of England under kings like Alfred the Great. In the end, Cerdic's wars and achievements laid the foundation for a united England. Whether seen as a conqueror or a king, his impact on history is undeniable. Without Cerdic's ambitions and victories, the story of England might have been very different.